Hi, my name is Marlene Einhelig, and I did my 5-day weather observation on Windmill Hill located in Dillingham, Alaska. I began my 5-day observation on January 26th and ended on January 30th. As you can see, I skipped January 30th because I was not in town, so I was not able to read my thermometer and barometer. On the first day of my observation, January 26th, I observed at 4:49 p.m. and the current temperature on that day read 8.4 degrees Fahrenheit on the left digital thermometer and 10.6 degrees Fahrenheit on the right digital thermometer. The barometric pressure was 1005 millibars, equaling 29.69 inches in mercury. I scored the wind on the Beaufort scale at a Beaufort number 6. The wind was blowing northeast, reading 68 on the compass. The sky coverage was mostly cloudy. The cloud type was cumulus, and the precipitation was snow. On this day, it was lightly snowing, and the wind chill made it feel at about 0 degrees Fahrenheit when it was actually 9 degrees Fahrenheit. On the second day of my observation, January 27th, I did my observation at 4:45 p.m. and the current temperature read 18.4 degrees Fahrenheit on the left digital thermometer and 19.4 degrees Fahrenheit on the right digital thermometer. The barometric pressure was at 1007 millibars, equaling 29.74 inches in mercury. I scored the wind on the Beaufort scale at a Beaufort number 4, and the wind was blowing northwest, reading 338 on the compass. The sky coverage was partly cloudy, and the cloud type was cumulus. The precipitation was none. Again, today the wind made the temperature feel at about 0 degrees Fahrenheit when it was actually at about 19 degrees Fahrenheit. The second day of my observation was done on January 28th at 4:49 p.m. Actually, that was 4:50 p.m. The current temperature read 19.2 degrees Fahrenheit on the left digital thermometer and 19.4 degrees Fahrenheit on the right digital thermometer. The barometric pressure was at 1013 millibars, equaling 29.92 inches in mercury. I scored the wind on the Beaufort scale at a Beaufort number 5, and the wind was blowing northwest, reading 314 on the compass. The sky coverage was mostly cloudy. The cloud type was cirrostratus, and the precipitation was none. On the fourth day, I did my observation at 6 p.m. The left digital thermometer read 15.4 degrees Fahrenheit, and the right digital thermometer read 17.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The barometric pressure read 1021 millibars, equaling 30.2 inches in mercury, and I scored the wind on the Beaufort scale at a Beaufort number 6. The wind was blowing northwest, reading 310 on the compass. The sky coverage was clear, the cloud type was clear skies, and the precipitation was none. On my last day of the 5-day observation, I performed the observation at 5 p.m. The current temperature read 22.5 degrees Fahrenheit on the left digital thermometer, and the right digital thermometer read 23.3 degrees Fahrenheit. I scored the wind on the last day on the Beaufort scale at a Beaufort number 4. The wind was blowing northwest, reading 310 on the compass. The sky coverage today was also clear, and the cloud type was also clear. The precipitation on the last day was none. I noticed that on all 5 days of my observation, the temperature outside felt a lot lower than it really was. On each day, it felt at about 0 degrees Fahrenheit when the thermometers read above 0 degrees Fahrenheit. I also noticed that a rise in pressure was related to a rise in pressure. As you can see, the temperature rose on the second day and rose again on the third day, fell on the fourth day, and rose again on the fifth day. On the first day, January 26th, the temperature was at about 8 degrees Fahrenheit. On the second day, it rose to 18 degrees Fahrenheit. And then on the third day, it rose again to 19 degrees Fahrenheit. On the fourth day, it fell to about 16 or 17 degrees Fahrenheit. And it rose on the last day to 23 degrees Fahrenheit. The barometric pressure also rose. Starting on the first day, the barometric pressure read 1005 millibars and then rose to 1007 millibars on the second day. And then on the third day, it rose to 1013 millibars. And then on the fourth day, it rose to 1021 millibars and then stayed the same on the fifth day at 1021 millibars. Again, as you can see, the temperature rose along with the barometric pressure.